Welcome to your 2015 Alabama football ticket preview. In this video, we'll be reviewing the Crimson Tide's home schedule, paying close attention to the cheapest ways to attend a game and focusing in on the top matchups. We'll then walk through an interactive seating chart of Bryant-Denny Stadium to find the cheapest tickets across all games and also to point out some of the best places to sit for an Alabama home game. We'll finish by taking a look at ticket prices for a few key games, including Ole Miss and LSU. The Alabama football schedule features 3 games against out-of-conference opponents and 4 games in the SEC. The cheapest way to see the Crimson Tide play is to attend one of the out-of-conference games. These occur on September 12th in the home opener against Middle Tennessee State, on September 26th against Louisiana Monroe, and your last chance to see Alabama on November 21st against Charleston Southern. All 3 games have a get-in price of $27. One of the most anticipated early season matchups is on September 19th when Alabama hosts Ole Miss. This is a night game, and ticket prices are well above $100. Without a doubt, the most anticipated game of the season occurs on November 7th when Alabama welcomes LSU to Bryant-Denny Stadium. The cheapest ticket price for this game is $171. What you're looking at right now is the Bryant-Denny Stadium interactive seating chart. This is an incredibly powerful tool for finding Alabama tickets all season long. There are 2 main ways to use this map page. You can scroll through the list on the left-hand side, and as you do, the map will update based on location and ticket price. When you find an area that interests you, you can click its card to learn more about the seats, read reviews, and to search tickets. If you're a more visual person, you can use the map directly. The map will have flags on it which indicate the cheapest ticket price in that location all season long. When you click a flag, you can buy the cheapest ticket directly, or you can click the bar chart to go to a game specifically. I want to highlight a few different options at Bryant-Denny Stadium. Among the most popular is Club and Premium seating, which is located in the North and South end zones, in the North and South field suites, and in the Ivory and President boxes. If you're interested in sitting in, for instance, Zone Club seats, you can click the button to see tickets, and we can see that the cheapest ticket all season is $167 against Middle Tennessee State. If you'd like to purchase that ticket or learn more, you can click the button. Or if you'd like to search inventory in Zone Club tickets for other games, you can click the bar chart below. Another of the more popular seating options is covered seating. If you scroll down through the list and come to covered seating, you can see that it's available mostly on the sidelines, and that the cheapest ticket price all season is $27. This is a great way to stay out of the sun, out of the rain, out of the elements. Finally, another one of the most popular seating options is chairback seating. You can see that chairback seating is available on the sidelines, on the Alabama side and the west side, and also in the North and South zone clubs. Now, Bryant-Denny Stadium is one of the few stadiums that has upper-level chairback seating available in the U3 sections. U3A through U37 are all chairback seating, and they're some of the best ticket deals all season long. In the next segment, we're going to take a look at a couple of specific games, including the LSU game, to see what their ticket prices are like, and to find the best seats at the best price. The first game we're going to look at on the Alabama football schedule is the September 19th game against Ole Miss. Now, this is a night game against a quality opponent, and because of that, ticket prices are relatively high. In fact, right now, the cheapest ticket is $121, while the most expensive ticket is $751. I'm going to show you 2 different ways to find the best deals for this game and all other Alabama football games. The most simple way to find great deals is to click the deal button above the ticket list, and tickets will be sorted by best deal at the top to worst deal at the bottom. Good and great deals will be denoted by a green button. If you don't want to play around with the list and you're more visual, you can play around with the map in the middle. Like the list on the left-hand side, good and great deals will be denoted by green ticket markers. You can zoom into the map, move it around, and even click the buttons to see a ticket. We highly recommend combining your sorting options and your playing around with the map with filters on the right-hand side, and especially the price and quantity filters on the left-hand side. Say, for instance, you're looking at a budget of $200 for this game. You can go ahead and put in your budget of $200, and the remaining tickets in the list and on the map will all be $200 or less. Since we're already sorted by deal, you can see that in the ticket list. These are the best deals under $200. When you're ready to buy a ticket, you can click the button to purchase, or you can click on the details to learn more. Let's look at the Ole Miss game. Now, before we get to the LSU game, let's take a look at a less popular game, which is the Louisiana Monroe game on September 26th. Now, the reason I want to take a look at this game is not because it's supposed to be a competitive matchup, but because when we look through the seating charts, we found that a lot of tickets for this game were the cheapest across the entire season. I just want to show you what I do normally when we're looking at a relatively cheap event. I usually ignore the list on the left-hand side since budgets isn't really a concern. Instead, I like to play around with the map and visualize where my seats might be and get a good look at location and price all at once. So I'll zoom in a little bit, and one of the first things we'll notice is there are a bunch of deals on the Louisiana Monroe sideline. And just a single deal on the Alabama side, although it's a $113 ticket in the second row. How often can you sit behind the Alabama players and Nick Saban for less than $120? Well, here's your opportunity. If you look on the other side of the field, you see deals in the $40, $50 range. And then some great seats at midfield here. I love this listing, $67, row 33. That is just one of the most perfect heights at Bryant-Denny Stadium for seeing the whole field. And of course, right there, you're at midfield. I want to move over to the other side of the field, on the Alabama side. And I want to show a couple of listings on this side. I'll use the chairback filter, which is one of the most popular filters at Bryant-Denny Stadium. So these are traditional stadium-style seats with the back. They're not bleacher. Definitely more comfortable. And you can see on the list the tag for chairback. Since we're filtered, all the listings we see on the map now are chairback seating. You can see that there's a listing from $34, which is what I wanted to show over here. I think that was the lowest chairback deal of the whole entire season. So if you're looking to go into an Alabama game on the cheap and you want to be comfortable, this is the seat for you. We just saw how you can attend an Alabama football game for less than $30. Now let's take a look at the most expensive game of the season. Not surprisingly, this occurs on November 7th when LSU comes to town. The cheapest ticket for this game right now is $209. And if you recall from the last segment, you could sit behind the Alabama sideline in row 2 for about half that if you wanted to see Louisiana Monroe. Unfortunately, this isn't Louisiana Monroe, this is LSU, and this game is expensive. So I want to share a few tips and tricks on how to find the best seats at the best price in an expensive game like this. So the first thing we recommend doing is inputting your budget. If you don't have a budget, great. Look for the highest seat score and purchase those tickets. You're guaranteed to be happy. But if you're like the rest of us, you want to put your budget in. So let's say that you have a budget of $300 for this game. The ticket list will update, leaving listings $300 and less, and so will the map. Now, this is a relatively low budget for this particular game, so we're kind of left with what are the cheap seats. I'm just going to go through quickly the different cheap seats and kind of rank them from best to worst. In this case, we have lower level listings in the corner and in the end zone. I really prefer these corner seats with this elevation as they give you a really good angle towards midfield, and the high elevation makes it easy to see the whole entire field. Typically, seats behind the end zone that are lower, and this is low in row 19, they're kind of difficult to see the other end of the field. But I do recommend this lower level corner ticket. Now, the second best option that I see is this $270 ticket. Now, you are in the upper deck, But you're at about 35-40 yard line, which will give you a great view of the field, and you're in the third row, which will give you pretty quick access to the section tunnel, the concourse, concessions, and restrooms. Lastly, the seats in the end zone on the north and south side, they tend to be a little bit less expensive at $220, $225, but the views of the other end of the field are quite far away. Among these options, this would be my third choice.